I feel like you're doing it. You're already sabotaging me. We're like 5 minutes into setting up this podcast. We just hit record like 10 seconds ago, and you're already trolling me. This is crazy. Where are you going? Now you're getting up. What are you doing? Welcome to the very first episode of the Podracer podcast.
I'm Noah, and that's Jordyn.
And today we're going to be talking about why we're starting this podcast. You're going to get to know me and Noah a little bit better. We're going to do hot seat fantasy draft. We're going to do a couple other fun segments. And then the bulk of this episode is going to be talking about the San Diego Comic-Con announcements that came out. Because there's some juicy stuff in there.
It's so good.
If I will say so myself.
It's so good. Comparing it to like last year's Comic-Con where we kind of didn't really get a lot besides like more of like shows, and I think it was another look into what Captain America was going to be, and now that we're here after Deadpool, Wolverine comes out, all of the big announcements, we're going to fully get into it. But dog, I'm so excited. We're here. We're finally doing it.
We're here. I mean, we've been talking about this podcast for what, like since January? It's July?
A good part of January.
February?
It was
maybe February.
I think I'm positive that we were kind of talking about it in like December, but really putting stuff together January, February, yeah.
Well, I mean, we wanted to do a podcast. That was after high school? That was what, back in 2019 maybe?
That was 2019. That was a year before the lockdown of the century.
Yeah, I don't even remember what that podcast was going to be about. I think it was just like a friend podcast. I don't even know. This is not that. It kind of is that.
No, it was planning to be like a conversation about anything that we wanted to talk about that was relevant. But we had no structure. We had no idea. No structure. We had no goals. We had nothing. We were throwing this together in a span of probably like 30 minutes.
We did. That was the Staples debacle too. Do you remember? To this day, I boycott Staples.
She does not like it. And
that's a story for another day.
To be honest, I haven't been into a Staples either, but that's a whole
story
nother
for another day. But yeah, that was the Staples debacle. Okay, well I guess Noah, let me ask you this. I asked you this a while ago, and I loved your answer, so I'm gonna ask you it again. Okay. In your words, what is this podcast gonna be?
So this podcast, to me, at least, of how I remember describing it, I have a terrible memory, so I hope Jordyn corrects me on all of this. She's going to probably be at the end of this say, nope, you're wrong, it was this, and I'm going to be like, okay. In my own words, I practically said that I wanted this podcast to really bring in the audience as part of the conversation, and just, it's really a collaboration of just me and Jordyn's, like, what our passions are and what we are just fully obsessed with, our hobbies, like projects that, and not just projects, but just like our love for so many different outlets, whether it's Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, DC, so many outlets. Like we could finally like really talk about it and be really passionate about it. And honestly, like it's gonna be so much fun to really get into this, because it's probably just gonna end up just being the most natural thing that's gonna.
Yeah, it's really just gonna be talking about the stuff we're obsessed with and love, and you know you're one of the biggest nerds I know, so I don't know if I'm one of the biggest nerds you know, but it's like I just think all of our conversations about any of this stuff has like always just been so entertaining and fun, and like why not do it in front of a camera? And we've always both had some sort of passion in like content creation. Actually, I think you started YouTube before I did. And then I was more consistent with it after the fact, but it was just kind of like something we always like picked up as a quick hobby and then dropped here and there. But I mean, we're committing now. Yeah,
we're here now. And honestly, a lot of these conversations are going to be conversations that we've probably already had before. But now we're thinking, you know what, this deserves to be out in front of a camera, and to actually be involving more people into it is going to be a whole lot of fun. Because like we had like a whole bunch of debates and a whole bunch of arguments, I'll say nicely, that we had off camera that are gonna probably be exactly what you see. So like it's because these passionate things that we love, like they're gonna just be so easy to come off the cuff with, and it's gonna be fun.
For sure, yeah. So to just quick summarize, we're basically a nerd podcast. We're gonna talk about movies and most franchises, the big ones, some one-off movies we enjoy. We'll be doing a bunch of movie reviews. Any announcement that comes out, we're going to talk about it. And then, like you said, we're going to debate. I mean, this is kind of a debate show. It's really just, like you said, a conversation about all the stuff we like. We met in improv, so we're not, like, strangers to just talking and, going off the cuff, like you said. But while we're talking about the birth of this podcast, I got you a gift. You should have it. I'd love for you to open that right now, buddy.
It is almost 4 weeks ago. Me and Jordyn, we linked up. We got pretty awesome tattoos. Here's the picture. Ba-bam.
There it is. Yep.
Love it.
In the middle. Wherever the middle is. I don't remember what side I'm on.
It's there. Now, she decided to bestow this.
I did.
And I wasn't expecting it. I was in the middle of a parking lot in a Panera, and she whips this out.
I mean, we got to start the podcast off right, And I think this is the perfect thing to do it. So, go ahead.
I hate gifts.
It's all right.
So, I'm terrified.
No, it's good. It's a good gift.
Oh, God.
It's a good gift. Oh, my God, I'm nervous. So nervous.
I can tell it's a mug. Your boy loves mugs.
Yeah. Check it out. Here it comes. Oh, the anticipation's real. I want to make sure it didn't break because I didn't know where you're going to put it.
Oh, it did break.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck yes. Bleep that if you want. Damn, it's official now. Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, brother.
There we go.
That's so great.
Yeah. I'll put a picture up of it, but.
That's so great.
There's the mug. That's the podcast mug. It's got our logo on it. Yeah, I thought it was a great way to start, Like, it's a memento. If we ever decide to rebrand, change the logo, like, we got the OG, So, here we go.
That's great. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's awesome. Thanks, Sutton. Love you, dog.
If you ever want to drink anything on the podcast, there you go. I got water in mine already.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude.
I know. All right. A little hot seat? You want to do hot seat?
All right, let's air the tears out here.
Oh, God, who's crying?
No one's crying.
No one's crying. It's a goddamn glass mug. Like, who's crying over that? Nobody even knows us. Like, get on with it. Let's get to the good stuff, We're being all sappy. Come on. All right, hot seat. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Hot seat. I don't know. Ladies first?
Am I asking first or I'm answering first?
I don't know. Whatever you want,
ask
dog.
First. I'll ask first.
That's
I'm gonna
terrifying.
Pull up a timer really quick.
How many questions do you have?
I have 10 questions.
Oh, man. I only did 5.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I might not get through all mine. We'll see. All right,
gotcha.
3 minutes. Ready. Here we go. Please state your full name.
My,
your
legal
full
name?
Yes, please state your full name.
Noah Watts.
All right. Birthday.
August 11th, 1999.
Okay, and social security number?
No.
Okay. What's your favorite and least favorite Star Wars movie?
Come
on, man. What are you doing?
I guess Empire is probably my favorite. Empire's great. My least favorite, Attack of the Clones.
Really?
No.
Interesting.
No. It's, you know what it is? I hate it. I saw it 11 times in theaters. It's Rise of Skywalker.
You saw that movie 11 times?
11 times in theaters, yeah.
How did you do that 11 times?
I had a friend that worked at the movie theater, and I got free tickets a lot. shout out.
I mean, that's cool, but like 11 times going through one of the worst Star Wars movies, that's crazy.
I thought it was going to be the last Star Wars movie that they were ever going to like episodically do in theaters, so I wanted to get the last bit of it. I didn't think I was ever going to see a Star Wars movie in theaters, and then Force Awakens came out, and then
Force Awakens was amazing, but
yeah.
So actually, just a really quick touch on that, is the Rey movie episodic, or is it's standalone thing?
It's probably gonna. I think it's gonna be a standalone. I don't think it's gonna be episodic at all.
That'd be crazy if they kept the Skywalker saga going. I'm just saying.
No.
As shitty as Rise was, like, it was a good ending, I think, to it all.
It's all good. Dave Filoni is gonna come and try to hopefully make it right.
How many times can Palpatine return? They can't do it again. So
at least 3 more.
No.
Yeah.
He's the worst character. I mean, this podcast will learn. I have a hatred for Chancellor Palpatine, Lord Sidious, the Emperor. He is the worst character in any. Okay, this is your hot seat. My apologies. I'll have all my moments to rant.
I'm just letting her go off here, dog. Like she's.
Look, I only got 45 seconds left.
She could talk forever about him.
I'm taking.
She says it's her least favorite. It kind of sounds like it is her favorite, but all right, whatever you say.
Okay, if you could have an endless supply of anything in the world, what would it be?
Costco hot dogs.
That's disgusting.
No. I don't know why that's the first thing I said.
That's awful.
If I can have, repeat the question. Sorry.
If you could have now I'm blanking. If you could have an endless supply of anything in the world, what would it be? Nothing. He's got nothing.
I don't know, man. Probably
Costco hot dogs, right?
Costco hot dogs sounds pretty good, man.
God, that's terrible. Okay, let me do one more. Let me pick a good one.
I don't know why that just totally stumps me, dude. I don't really know. That's such a heavy question because I don't want to say money because, like, that's such like a lame answer. But like, I want to be.
But that's a good one because you can buy whatever you want with money.
Yeah, but then like, and it is endless.
You can come back to it.
No, I don't want money. Money's lame.
You want an endless supply of Podracer podcast mugs, huh?
Coming to an Etsy shop near you. No, I would probably say like any means of travel. If I have like where it doesn't cost me anything, where if I have like an endless means of like someone like cars that can drive forever or something like that, or like I'd probably do that so I can just travel anywhere I want, anytime I want. I can hit up all the Disney parks in like a year. That'd be cool.
That's a really good one. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me ask one more, and then we'll move on. You wrestle. People will probably learn this about you. You're a wrestler.
Yeah, I am. I'm a wrestler.
You just recently started wrestling again.
Uh-huh.
Previously, your wrestling name was Bolo Watts.
Previously and currently.
Okay, that's the question. Are you going to change it? Or are you keeping Bolo Watts?
Nah, Bolo's here to stay, dog. Bolo ain't going anywhere.
I think your name should be Console Kid. Double D. And I think it was a 14. Console Kid 14 is a banger name. It's fantastic. Oh, they don't even know the lore right now behind the Console Kid 14. He'll never explain it. I don't even know if that's the right number. I'll give a backstory for the folks listening. Console Kid 14 used to be Noah's. It was his first ever identity on social media. It was Console Kid 14. He had this intro. No, that was for the Kid Watts. The Kid Watts, baby. You had a lot of social media identities. What's your Podracer podcast social media identity gonna be?
I don't know.
No?
No, I don't know, man. I hate that.
I was gonna make this easy on you. Come on.
I hate that. I hate that so much. I wrote so easy layups for you, dog. That is
That's hilarious.
crazy.
No, I had to make this fun. That's good. All right, now you know for next hot seat the energy level I'm coming at you with.
Okay. Whoa. All right.
All right.
Man, making me dive back into irrelevancy here. Oh God.
All right, I'll get another. I'll do 4 minutes since I took extra time. Give you 4 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Go ahead.
All right, Jordan. What is your earliest Star Wars memory?
Oh wow. I'm really bad when it comes like to recalling like ages and years in my life.
Sure.
But for whatever reason, this is what's coming to my brain. You know the old lightsabers that had the red the red switch and you had to push it down, then you flick the blade out.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Yeah, just
man.
I think just battling my cousins with those, and like to the point where the blade had the like white plastic marks on it
from hitting them so many times. I used to leave my green ones outside, and then they were just fade, so it wouldn't even be like a color anymore. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, no, my favorite one to use was I always had Phantom Menace version of Obi-Wan's lightsaber with the blue blade.
The best
and I remember my cousins had the green and the red one. And that was the only hilt I ever had was the episode 1 Obi-Wan one. Like we never had a Qui-Gon, we never had a Maul, we never had an Anakin Luke. It was just always that hilt. And so we all would fight over the blue one because it was the most correct, accurate one to the film.
It's screen accurate. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what came to my mind. I don't know if that's necessarily my first memory, chronologically in my life, but that's a young one I can think of right now off the rip.
Fair. All right. Yeah. We know that you are a big fan of the Cars movies.
Absolutely.
So if you had to
Top 3 favorite movie of all time.
Top 3 favorite movie of all time. She loves it.
I do. I have the release date tattooed on my arm.
She loves it.
It's amazing. Absolutely. It's a fantastic movie.
She has so much love for it. It's kind of insane. So, do me a favor and rank the best, and I mean the best, Towns cars from Radiator Springs.
The best what cars?
Yeah, rank all the cars from Radiator Springs from favorite to least favorite.
Like the main characters?
The main characters from Radiator Springs,
Oh my god, there's so many of them.
You can do top 5 if you want, but you have to rank the best Radiator Springs
okay, are
originals.
You counting
Lightning McQueen does not count. Lightning does not count.
So
he is not from Radiator Springs.
He's not. 100% number 1 is Doc Hudson, the fabulous Hudson Hornet. He's the best character, even next to Lightning McQueen.
Hands down.
Hands down. For sure, number 2's got to be Mater. I mean, classic, iconic. He's just amazing.
Controversial. Mater doesn't rank my top 5.
Really?
Mater's number 6 for me.
Okay, at least he's not down there.
He's not top 5.
He's not down there.
You put him in podium. You put him on silver.
I did. I mean, he's iconic, you know?
That's fair.
3 has got to be Guido. He's legendary. I mean, I get chills and tear up every single time he does the pit stop for Lightning McQueen in the final race. Because just of how, epic it is, and... You know, the Chick Hicks guys are, teasing him, egging him on. And he's, got his little drill. He's like, zzz, zzz, and he's ready to go. And he just blows them away and goes, pit stop. And all their mustaches fall off. It's, I think, one of the best scenes in the movie. It's phenomenal.
It is the best. He is him, dude. It's the best one of those moments.
Getting hype about it again. I'm changing it. I'm flipping Guido and Mater for sure. So Doc, Guido, Mater. Then I think I gotta go. Ooh. I gotta go Ramon. I love the paint jobs, and I had all the plastic toys as a kid, and he was always my favorite toy because they sold all of his different paint jobs separately. So I think I had like 6 Ramones, and it just depending on the day, I could like pick which one. And then he gives Lightning McQueen that amazing paint job.
It's true.
When he
Homeboy
like
is
fixes
the
up
artist.
Radiator Springs. He is. Ooh, number 5. I think I gotta do the sheriff. He's such a wholesome character.
Sheriff's my number 3. Sheriff's my number 3.
Really?
I love Sheriff so much. He is so funny, man.
He's
so
good.
great.
He's so funny. He just reminds me of like, his mustache. My grandpa has a mustache. I think my grandpa is the only human on the planet Earth that can pull off a mustache. And I think the sheriff's is the only car in the planet Earth that can pull off a mustache. So he gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling, and he's a great character. He's funny. He's just got all of it. He's the whole package.
The sheriff is the homie.
Yeah. So that's gotta be my ranking. That's a good question.
All right. We love the Disney parks. We have gone multiple times. We are avid goers. Disneyland or California Adventure?
Oh, wow. I think I'm a California Adventure person.
She's just saying it for Cars Land.
I'm not.
1,000% biased. I'm not surprised. I'm so not surprised.
Amazing. But I'm thinking of quality and ride. I like the thrill. There's a lot more
quality
thrill.
and ride?
Okay,
Ooh.
Maybe that's the wrong word. I'm looking
quality
for the
and ride,
factor.
she says, to the OG Disneyland.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen. Sorry,
all right.
that might be
if you want to go bat for bat of all the best rides
I can't even
from
get a word out
California
this guy.
Adventure
He's
to
not
Disneyland,
He's
I'm
not
ready
listening.
to go to bat.
I've already said it's the wrong word.
It's your question. It's your question.
Quality of ride was the wrong, because there's very quality rides in Disneyland. It's just different. I'm looking for a thrill factor. You got Guardians. You got Incredicoaster. You got Radiator Racing. You got what else do you have there? I mean, you got the big fun ones, That's Cars Land, Marvel. It's all Pixar. It's all great. But Disneyland is classic. I have a lot of favorites there too. That's a tough question. It's close, but it's California. For sure.
Man, I knew that question was gonna get started.
Yeah. Is that our first argument?
That was gonna be a little heated.
That was the first argument of the podcast.
All right. First Marvel movie you watched?
I think just Iron Man.
That was the very first Marvel movie you watched?
I think so, because
we're not just counting MCU. We're counting anything.
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, because my dad was he was the type where he wanted me to be movie, like, cultured in movies. So, like, he raised me on a lot of Alfred Hitchcock. He raised me on a lot of, like, the older type movies. Classics like Back to the Future, all that good stuff. And when he wanted to introduce us to something, he tried to introduce us the right way. And I think when that movie came out, in 2008. That was about the time where he was like diving me into more franchises like that. I think that's probably the first one. My other gut is telling me, but like again, I'm terrible at recalling like timeline backwards. Maybe the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. I could have seen those before that. I don't know why. I just want to say Iron Man though. That's probably wrong, but that's what my brain's telling me.
That's fair. And staying on, I guess, the same topic here, and it's funny that you bring up Iron Man, because he's been in many, many different Marvel movies, MCU movies. Mm-hmm. What's your least favorite one that he's in? I'm counting
that
any
Iron
MCU
Man's
movie.
In?
Mm-hmm. The worst one. And for
he's
fun,
great
for
in
fun,
all of them.
for
what
fun,
are you talking about?
for fun, we won't include any of the Iron Man movies, like ones that he's just guest starred in, if that makes it easier for you.
You're saying he's bad in a movie? RDJ is a master. He is.
I'm just saying, what's your least favorite one?
I have no idea.
You have to say this one is probably the weakest one.
I want to say Homecoming, but that's just because I think Homecoming's a bad movie. Yeah, it's just not a good movie. It's boring. The whole thing is boring.
Okay.
The whole Tony Stark reaching across the car to open the door and Peter thinks it's a hug. Like, that's dumb. I don't know. It's just, he's such a baby the whole movie. And Tony Stark is just like the annoyed dad who's like, here's the keys to my car. And then when the kid wrecks it, it's like his fault. Like, you gave the keys to him. What do you, like, it's just, it's a bad movie.
Okay.
What is yours? You must have an answer with the way you're asking that.
Well, my least favorite Robert Downey Jr. Is probably like, I was gonna say like Iron Man 2.
Okay. That's actually one of Jasenia's favorite MCU movies.
Okay.
It's up there on our list.
Okay. Man,
anyways,
I did not know that was your feelings at all for Homecoming. That's kind of crazy because
No,
I really like Homecoming. I think it's like such a grounded, like sort of grounded, like Spider-Man movie. It's like the least grounded out of all of them because the next one, like, it's just all of his friends helping him. At least in this one, it's just Iron Man helping him. The second one, it's like everyone else, and then the third one is probably the best, but that has 2 other Spider-Man in it. So like. Okay.
I will say it's a nice like in Homecoming, it's a nice Peter Parker feel in the sense of like you actually see him as a high schooler. I feel like most Spider-Man movies, he's not a high schooler. And I mean, I think he was actually 16 when he filmed that movie, so it's like perfect for Peter Parker's character. I just think the movie, like, as a whole is not very good. I think the best part about that movie is the villain, Vulture. And he's even a mid-villain in the MCU.
Well, he's Batman, so he's not meant to be a villain. He's meant to be Batman.
That's fair.
Mal Keaton. He's the GOAT.
Yeah. All right. That's Hot Seat.
That's
fun.
Hot
Let
Seat.
us know if you guys like that. We'd love to do a fan segment eventually. So if you guys ever have questions, just start throwing them on TikTok videos, Instagram.
Send them in.
All the things on the YouTube, everything. Send them in. We'll collect them, and as soon as we have like enough, we'll answer them.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what's next, Noah? Let's get it. I'm feeling good. You feeling good?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. Yeah. If you're ready to hop, what? Huh? Let's go again.
Learn to talk. This is a podcast.
Yeah. Hello.
What are we doing?
We are doing a fantasy draft of the strongest, in our opinions, the strongest and best Sith Lords, canon Sith Lords.
All right. Star Wars Sith Lords, let's get it.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to flip a coin to see who goes first?
Yeah. Do you want to be heads or tails?
I got tails. Tails, I go first.
Tails, okay. Alexa, flip a coin.
Okay, flipping. It's heads.
It's heads.
Dang it.
All right.
We're doing a snake draft too, right? So you go, and then I go, and then I go, and then you go?
Yep.
And then,
we'll do snake draft. Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Who's your first pick?
For the first the first pick in the fantasy draft.
Oh my God.
Your boy is taking the GOAT, the man, the myth, the legend. You know him, you love him, you can hate him. People want to be him. Men want to do him. I don't really know. He is the GOAT. He is Darth Vader.
Dang it.
Goated.
Dang it.
In the sauce. Homeboy is forever going to be the first round draft pick.
Want to do him. Oh, no.
Men want to be him. Girls want to be with him.
See, you planned this.
It's little Annie himself.
You rigged this because now we're doing strongest legends, and if I don't take this guy, I'm gonna look like a chump. But I gotta do it.
Vader's on my team, so like you're gonna be a chump anyway. Sorry.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Look at who's behind you, dog. Look at who's behind you. That's my first round draft pick right there. That's number one in the field. Number one in the field. Number one in your heart. That's right.
Oh my God. Are you done?
I'm done.
Let's get on with the draft. Okay. I hate to do it, but I gotta take the trash panda Sidious. I mean, strongest, he's pretty up there. He's pretty up there.
Okay.
He's up there. I need to get a pencil. I don't have anything. All right, so you got Vader. I'm taking Sidious.
Sidious. Bold move.
My next pick is gonna be from Star Wars Clone Wars animated series. I'm taking the Sun. From the Morpheus? Morbius?
Sun?
The gods?
Yeah,
I don't remember the word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Sun.
Whoa.
I'm taking the Sun. The one, the chosen one is the only one who can tame him. I'm taking the Sun.
Technically.
He's canon.
Technically.
What, technically?
He bodied Anakin, so does that mean...
He did.
Does
He
that
did, but
mean...
Anakin also bodied him and his sister at the same time.
Yeah, that's... Okay, that's fair. That's
So
fair.
I'm taking the Sun.
Okay.
Who's your next pick?
All right, my next one, because that's the strongest ones are kind of off the board, so now I have to go a little bit lower now.
There's just some strong ones.
I'm gonna go with Maul.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Maul. I think like his anger, like has kept him alive. Like that just shows like just how strong mentally
sure.
and like how hatred can really just drive the Sith. And I feel like in the Clone Wars especially, like you really see him like embody like the Sith, and then of course at the end just totally be like, oh, like nah, dog, like everything sucks now. But like even when like he wasn't even following the Sith anymore, he like still just had hatred just to keep him going. Where like he survived Clone Wars, survived all the events going up to the original trilogy until he finally met Obi-Wan.
He still abided by all the Sith rules too, though. I mean,
he
took Savage as his apprentice, and then even in he tried to take Ahsoka at the very end of the show, and then even in Rebels he kind of like tries to get Ezra as his apprentice.
Can't wait for Ahsoka season 2 because we're getting Maul. We're getting Maul.
He's gone.
No, like, dog, we're probably going to get him, like, in flashbacks or something.
You think we're getting more flashbacks?
Oh, 1,000%. That one episode of Ahsoka alone, dog, has driven, like, people to be like, holy crap, the live action, like, Clone Wars flashbacks, whatever, is so on the table, and it was so high praised.
Yeah.
It makes no sense for them to not do it
There
again.
is the other half of the coin, though, that hates that they did that.
I love that they did that. I think that they did it very well. Me and you were on a FaceTime call when we watched that.
We were.
I broke my TV or I broke my chair because I launched it because I saw Anakin in the getup.
Yeah, my boy right there, Anakin. Can't
Great
believe
times.
you took him first.
Great times.
Okay, Maul. I think if Clone Wars doesn't exist, Maul's not even on this list. Do you agree?
That's fair, but it's canon.
Is terrible.
That's fair, but it's canon.
But I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. That's
all right.
Well, because he just got the biggest arc. I mean, obviously, like, Lucas didn't mean for him to survive, but
for sure.
When Filoni and Lucas did get together and they did bring him back, like, they did it in probably the best way possible. So, like, oh, you can't say, like, without the Clone Wars. Like, yeah, then without the Clone Wars, like, we wouldn't know anything about Ahsoka or, like, anything else. So, like,
no, for sure.
We wouldn't be able to rank her on a list.
The Clone Wars is my favorite piece of Star Wars in all time. Like, I'm not trying to take away from that. I'm just saying. If Clone Wars isn't exist,
I'm just saying.
Just saying. All right, you got next pick, too.
Okay. This, if you want to count it, you can. I'm going to go with my boy, Tyrannus.
Dooku, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lord
Good
Tyrannus.
pick. Good pick. He was 6 on my list. He was a backup, so I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Pick. You're
Okay.
fine.
All right.
All right. I'm taking the Trash Monsters Master Plagueis because he's now been officially revealed in canon in the Acolyte, and I'm ready to see him mess some stuff up. Darth Plagueis is my third pick, and with my fourth pick in the Sith Lord draft, this is my Legends character who I'm taking, and that is Starkiller, which is Darth Vader's supposed apprentice during the Age of the Empire. And if you'll let me have it, because he's not canon technically.
I'll let you have it just so I can dive into a Legends one that I want to pick next. So I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Right.
Man,
Go ahead.
Starkiller. They can't do Starkiller canon. He's way too overpowered, man. He's way too good.
He is. I think they could canonize him and dumb him down a little bit. I don't think he needs to be that overpowered, but I think they could do it.
We'll see. I doubt it, but we'd love to see it.
I mean, he's pretty strong.
Which means, for my fourth pick, I'm going to go Legends.
Sure.
And I'm going to go Darth Nihilus.
I don't even know who that is. I thought you were going to say Darth
People
Revan.
watching, you know who
Revan's a
Darth
fan
Nihilus
favorite.
is. You know who Darth Nihilus is. He inhales worlds.
He inhales worlds. Okay,
Inhales worlds.
don't-
He literally inhales their entire force power of an entire world and destroys it, and he just becomes more powerful. He is goated. That's why I wasn't gonna pick him. He would have been my first pick. 1,000% would have been my first pick if we were counting like Legends
to make
like
his
that.
list sound a little better, but okay.
If you want to fact check it, I will fact check it now.
I trust you. I'll have to look him up after. Yeah, I don't know much of Legends at all. I only know Starkiller because I had those games on my DS actually, and I used to play them.
I have it in my
DS.
I have it for my PS2, and those games
They're
still hold
great
up today.
games.
They're still amazing.
Okay, yeah, that leaves. No, actually, you take your fifth pick.
All right, so my last pick.
Oh man,
Not a lot of people like him, but I do.
I got a guy in mind. Don't take him.
It's good old Ben Solo himself. It's Kylo Ren.
Wow, I didn't even think of him for this list.
It's Kylo
That's
Ren.
crazy. You're taking such a baby character. Wow, that just
Baby
killed your
character.
list. You just
No, it
killed your
didn't.
list.
Not at all. I'm taking
Ben
Kylo.
Solo? He's
No.
got to connect with another person through the Force to have any sort of real power.
It's canon. It's Dyad, bro.
All right,
He's
that's
powerful.
crazy.
He's powerful. You can hate it, but you have to hate it for the same reasons why everyone hates Rey, and I understand.
That's
but
fair.
it's canon. Whether you like it or hate it, it's canon. So
That's fair.
they haven't
All right.
nerfed him yet. Well, they kind of nerfed him. They killed him, but he was powerful. And like he
guess.
surrendered to the Force at the end. So like
That's crazy. I didn't even
we
think
love
of
that
him.
too.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
even
taking
consider
Kylo.
him once. Wow. Okay, for my final pick then, I'm picking the newly introduced, the one, the only, the stranger, Kamir from Acolyte.
You just killed your list. You
do
killed
you
your
mean?
list with Plagueis, dog.
You're
What
telling-
the?
what are you
The
talking about?
stranger?
Yes!
No, bro.
Kamir,
no
he
way.
was badass in the Acolyte. You're telling me that scene in episode 5 doesn't put him on your list?
I mean,
He's
like he was a great
amazing.
swordsman, but like I don't think
Yes,
that.
he doesn't even like use his sight in battle. He uses his senses the entire time. He's not even seeing anything. He's got that mask with the teeth, and he's bodying multiple Jedi.
None of those Jedi are trained to actually fight to kill, dude. They've
Well-
never seen war a day in their lives. They don't know how to sword fight a Sith, dude. That is the
nobody knows how to
equivalent to
sword fight a
Anakin
Sith.
fighting the younglings. Those kids weren't ready for
Oh my
Anakin to
God.
walk in. Those
No.
kids, and none of those kids were ready. That's why the
No,
only person that he had a challenge with.
Jackie was amazing. Jackie was phenomenal. She was a Padawan, held her own with that guy. Sure,
Yeah,
the side
because it's-
characters, whatever, who cares?
Yeah, because
Soul,
it's X-23,
he clapped
dog. Of
Soul
course,
every
of
single
course, she was
time.
great.
That's true, yeah. No, I like it, and I mean his arms too are pretty nice. So there's that.
What are we talking about here? What are we
All right,
talking
you know what,
about
you guys let
Ben
us know who's
Swallow?
list.
Come on, man.
Oh my god.
He ain't got nothing on him.
You know, it's one of my favorite memes of him is the picture when he's shirtless, but it's the one where he's like spread out and he kind of looks like just like a cube guy. I'll put it
like a
up.
Roblox character or something?
Yeah, I'll put a picture up of it.
Not
It's
seen
so
that one.
funny.
Okay.
It's so funny. Okay. Yeah, you guys tell us who you think's list is stronger. Let us know in the comments. I think
Yes,
I
ma'am.
won though.
No shot.
All right. What are we at time-wise? Let me look at this. Oh, we've already been filming 52 minutes. We should probably cut Cube 4. Cut 4? Do that another
That's
time.
fair.
We'll do that next
That's fair.
episode.
I had a really
Um,
good one too.
I
had a
did
really
too.
good one.
Yeah, for sure. Let's push that to next episode.
Got it. Okay.
But we gotta talk about the Comic-Con stuff. I mean, that's what we're here for.
We have to. We have
The
to.
announcements were epic.
Comic-Con roundup. Let's get it.
For sure. I think we saved the MCU for the stuff at the end. I want to talk about some honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Before we get
That's
into
fair.
that.
That's fair.
I'll just go down the list and then we'll comment. I have never seen any Transformer movies. That's a lie. I've seen the first one when I was young. Like I was telling you, my dad showed it to us. We all thought it was a terrible movie. For how 9-year-old, 10-year-old saying that it's a bad movie, that it's probably a bad movie. But
I've
the
only
Transformers
seen
one.
the first one, and then I saw the one with John Cena in it, and then I think I saw the newest one, the Bumblebee one. I saw that one.
Okay. Yeah. No, I haven't seen them since I was a kid, and I thought they were bad when I was a kid. So, but Transformers 1, it's an animated movie. They released a second trailer. Chris Hemsworth is Optimus Prime. It's kind of like a prequel, essentially, to the fall of the Autobots. Looks kind of interesting. I might give it a watch, you know. Lord of the Rings, I love the movies. I have yet to watch Rings of Power. I heard the first season was terrible.
Not at all.
The hype around the second season seems promising. A lot of people were saying that it actually looks
People
good
like it.
and it gets back on track. So, might be something to take a look at. That comes out August 29th. I really don't... I think Star Trek is boring. I think the Chris Pine movies, was an attempt to revive that. I mean, the classic is a classic, sure. Give that to that. Definitely before my time. But this Star Trek Section 31 is a movie coming out in 2025. They released a trailer for that. For any Trekkies out there, I thought it was an honorable mention. This is a nerd podcast. And then let's get into DC news. The Penguin is releasing on HBO as a TV show. Personally, I don't know how you feel about this movie. I did not like the Batman. I thought it wasn't a good Batman at all. I thought it was a boring movie.
Wow.
I've only ever fallen asleep to one movie in the theater, and it was Batman vs. Superman, or Superman vs. Batman, whatever it is, the DCEU. And this was a close second. I almost fell asleep. Boring movie.
It didn't
There's one
deserve to
good
be
scene.
3 hours. I understand, but
Yeah, way too long.
I think do you not question? Do you not like those really long detective movies like Seven, like Zodiac, those type of deals where you have to the more you watch it, the more you figure it out, but it takes a lot longer. I'm guessing you're not a fan of those kind of movies.
I haven't seen any of the movies you just listed, so
Wow, that's fair.
I guess
Okay.
not. I guess it's just not my genre. It's just not a Batman I'm ever used to. I think Robert Pattinson looked terrible. He looked like he just looked dirty and not put together. I mean,
Well, yeah, it's supposed to resemble. He's only 2 years of being Batman, so he doesn't know anything of like how he's supposed to like really look and feel. That's why like
it was the hair. The hair was really bad. The hair was really bad.
The hair was a little
I'm
much.
a hair person. Like, when it comes to attractiveness, it's hair. Really, it is for sure. And his hair was terrible, but I just also didn't think he was a great Batman. The one good scene is the flood scene, and it's okay, I guess. Yeah, not my biggest cup of tea, but that's coming out September 19th, the Penguin series, and then he is confirmed to be in the Batman 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing, James Gunn, he finally released the new logo of the DCU. I think it looks pretty good.
It's gonna be like very like Golden Age comics look, and I feel like that's what their intro is also gonna be based off of, because I think that's what James Gunn is gonna try to do, is bring modern Golden Era style to movies and how we see it, because how we wanted a lot of times where people have taken these Golden Time comic book characters and make them modern, they want to make like this like still like more modern in today, but still with all the flashbacks to like the Golden Age.
For sure, yeah. No, it looks clean. I'm excited. And then this wasn't announced at Comic-Con, but in my research, I did figure this out, that he changed the movie from Superman Legacy to just Superman now.
Just Superman.
Which I like that a lot. I feel like it's a great way to start. You think the MCU, the first movie to kick it off is just Iron Man. It's a great reset. I just think the DC needs to just delete every movie before this new James Gunn rebrand, and just... Because it's so, like... Because now you think the Batman is not connected to the DCU, but they're still making the Batman movies. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why are they doing that? Marvel Studios stopped making... stopped partnering with, like, 20th Century Fox when they were making X-Men and all those crappy movies, and they focused on the MCU. Why is DC not just focusing on this new universe? I just think it's crazy. Like... Stop oversaturating the media with terrible movies. And now there's like 1,000 Batman movies. There's going to be 1,000 Superman movies. It's just, good God. This James Gunn universe better be...
I feel like it's going to be so much structured and put together than anything we've seen before. So
it needs to be. It needs to be.
They need it desperately. Desperately.
Okay, and the last thing before we get into the Marvel stuff, which I'll let you list all that stuff out. The Boys is releasing the prequel series, Vought Rising.
That's right.
Where it's going to give a little backstory into Vaught's beginning. And it's going to feature Soldier Boy, which I haven't met yet. And
Soldier Boy.
Is your name Stormfront?
Stormfront, but she's going to be going under her old tag of Liberty. That's Liberty. That's what you find out in season 2. Jordyn is only on season 2. I'm fully caught up. I finished it. I've been on it the day it's releasing. It's I think The Boys is like one of my favorite subgenres of superheroes, next to Invincible. It's so good.
Yeah, no, I definitely just started watching it. I just moved to Georgia, for those of you that don't know. I'm in the military. And so when we were unpacking our house, Jasenia, my wife, was watching her own stuff, and then I was watching The Boys because we were kind of in separate rooms unpacking. And I think in just one weekend, I got halfway through season 2, and I'm now finally on the season finale of season 2. And I'm just going to keep watching it because I'm so hooked right now. It's so good. And I'm so sad that it's already going to end season 5.
Season 3 is so amazing. Like, it just goes straight up from there. So, like, you're in for a ride. Oh.
See, that's great to hear. That's great to hear. Yeah, so I'm loving it. So
good.
That's super exciting. Do you want to take over the MCU announcements?
Marvel. We've all been waiting for it. We love it. We enjoy it. Saturday, Hall H, is the day that people have been waiting for, and they announced a whole bunch of stuff. Captain America, Brave New World, that has they released another trailer for it, and that it looks great. Harrison Ford even like got to come out and say like it's been like the most fun he's had with a set, and
He
like
looked so happy.
he looked very happy, and like we'd love to see Harrison Ford just be like into like a movie, because he's done so many press tours for other movies where he just does not care. For Indiana Jones, it looked like he was sad it was ending, so like it was like kind of like weird how you see like how he reacts to that. But all the press stuff that he's been doing for Marvel has been such like good spirits, so we know he's probably just gonna have so much fun with the role of taking over the recently passed William Hurt as Thaddeus Ross, President Thaddeus Ross. So can't wait for that movie to come out.
It's gonna be awesome.
Then they also talked about Thunderbolts. They gave a first like full trailer. We haven't seen it yet, unfortunately. But the whole cast was there. Yeah, the whole cast is there saying that Florence Pugh is like really the main center point of this movie, and it's probably gonna.
Love that.
We all have a good look, and most of the entire cast like pretty much didn't answer any questions of what this movie was about. So like it's kind of crazy like to have to wait this long to really see what this movie's about. But I'm pretty sure that Valentina is going to be putting together almost like a Suicide Squad pack to do some nasty biddings.
Yeah, it's like the B-list team to just exactly like the Suicide Squad to do just kind of the dirty work. And all these I'm so excited for all those characters. I mean, Bucky, Yelena. I'm blanking on his name, but
Wyatt Russell as good old U.S. agent John.
Yeah.
I forget
What's
what his
his
last
name?
name is.
I'm blanking hard.
I'm
The
blanking
Stranger
on
Things
his last name.
guy. I'm thinking the Stranger Things guy.
Red Guardian. Yeah, Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
Yeah. He's gonna be great.
Ghost from
Ghost. Yeah, she's
Ant-Man
gonna be
Wasp,
in it. I
which
don't
I
know
liked
what
her
they're
as a
gonna do with
villain.
that character. I hope they don't
Yeah.
just like bring her in to kill her really quick. So that would be unfortunate.
I don't think they will. I think she'll be a part of the team. No, it's going to
hope
be a great movie. I'm excited for it.
So after that, they released the very first quick peek of Fantastic Four with the new title, Fantastic Four: First Steps. And then he brought out the entire cast, and they got to talk about it. They started shooting the following day, and they just talked about just getting in all like pretty much a stage studio to shoot like that trailer. And this has been leaked online, and I've seen it. We got to see the first look at Reed Richards talking about the multiverse and talking about interdimensional travel, and that's exciting because he really is the smartest man on the earth. So like if anyone's gonna really figure it out, like Tony was able to figure out time travel within like an afternoon. You know that Reed Richards is going to find cross-dimensional travel probably at the end of the sentence. So, like, that is super exciting to see. And Pedro Pascal looks fantastic as Mr. Fantastic. No pun intended. I didn't even know that I did
Reed
that.
Richards.
And then Vanessa Kirby as Mrs. Fantastic. Then we have Johnny Storm, played by...
I don't know his name. I'm terrible at names.
I'm very bad at names. I'm blanking on his name.
He's the Stranger Things guy.
Yeah, it's Eddie. It's Eddie from Stranger Things,
Eddie,
baby.
yeah.
We love him. And then,
He's
of
a great
course,
pick.
Evan Moss as The Thing. And all of my Bear fans, we love Cousin. We love him.
Yes.
Manja, baby. Like,
Cousin.
He's going to be great as The Thing.
Richie baby.
Richie baby. Dude, and then we got to see Galactus at the end, and it looked fantastically great. I can't wait for them to actually shoot and see what this actually comes out to. And the whole cast seems very comfortable with each other already. So, like,
sure.
the chemistry is just going to be on fire.
Yeah, I mean, they're just preaching family in the whole panel, and I love it.
Family.
And I just think it's crazy the fact that they filmed and then went to Comic-Con and then immediately got on a plane to go film. Like, it's just crazy. I love it.
They get to see
I'm
and
super
hear the
excited.
reception. They get to hear what
they
the
get to
fans
go
are
back and
talking
be
about,
hyped.
and then go
Yeah.
do it. I feel like that was great timing on them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I'm so excited.
As much as we are excited for that,
Yeah,
we have
next
the
one's good.
return. We have the return of the Russo brothers, the directors of Civil War, Winter Soldier. Then of course they directed Infinity War and Endgame. And now they're back. They're just gonna have the top best movies.
They're taking the Avengers.
They're
over.
taking. They are the new Avenger directors. They are who they go to, and it's a great idea. Their storytelling is amazing. They can take 3 million things and make it into this one beautiful thing. So we know that the MCU is kind of messy, but we know that the Russo brothers are going to come with the brooms and clean it up a little bit. They announced that Avengers 5 is titled Doomsday, and Avengers 6 is titled Secret Wars. They will,
Kang Dynasty's out.
Kang Dynasty gets the boot. Doctor Doom is in, and ladies and gentlemen, the Doctor is in because the GOAT, the man, the real legend, you know him, you love him. It's RDJ, baby.
Woo!
He's the guy
RDJ,
playing the guy disguised as another
Downey
guy.
Jr. Different mask, same task. Oh my God, he's such a character, and I love him. Just the energy he brings. I mean, I'm excited for him to be back. I want to talk about him a little bit more in a second, but one thing I want to note really quick, Kevin Feige did also say that the Captain America crew, the Thunderbolts crew, and the Fantastic crew, they're all going to feature in the Avengers movies as well. So it's going to bring it all together, and then, of course, Doctor Doom's going to be the big bad for this and Secret Wars, I'd imagine. It's going to be insane. So when they announced RDJ is coming back as Doctor Doom, you actually texted me, and you were hyped. I was hyped as well. Did that hype stay? Are you still feeling hyped, or how are you feeling now?
I am still aboard the hype train, Jordyn. I gotta say, I'm a big sucker for RDJ. We all loved him as Iron Man, but I'm also just a really big Robert Downey Jr. fan, from all of his acting projects. And man, oh man, to hear him play the main bad guy villain in the next series of Marvel movies, that's how you do it, man. It's the true Harvey Dent. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. He did both, you know. So
true, yeah.
And he's gonna be doing both.
I'm super excited for Robert Downey Jr. to be coming back, but I'm very nervous with the execution. Because is it gonna be a Tony Stark variant? Is it gonna be Victor Von Doom? You know, Doctor Doom doesn't ever take his mask off. Are they gonna reveal that it's RDJ in some way? I really want them to stay true to the character because I know Doctor Doom is such an important character. And so it does make me nervous, but I do love Robert Downey Jr. I don't doubt him. I think he'll execute it well. I think the Russo brothers are great storytellers, so they're going to execute it well. And I know they're comic nerds as well, so they'll hopefully appease all the comic nerds who are probably shitting their pants, nervous, but...
We all are. It's a heavy flow at this point. When... I think they had to announce Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom now because Fantastic Four is going to be the next movie or the next big movie after Thunderbolts, I think, and after Captain America. So I feel like in that movie it will introduce RDJ as Doctor Doom. I do believe that he will be in it. A lot of people said that he's not going to be in it, but I think that's just them trying to stay quiet. They haven't even shot it yet. True. So I feel like that's people are going to start seeing RDJ on the sets for Fantastic Four and stuff. It might get out. So that's why they had to get ahead of it and announce it now.
Or even maybe just the end credit scene too. I think I'd dig that.
I mean, we'll take it. He might just pull a whole Thanos and just do it that way, just where he's just at the end and slowly connecting it until he really debuts in Doomsday.
Which I loved the connections in the earlier MCU movies of Phase 1, until all the way in Phase 1, and then when was Infinity War and Endgame? That was Phase 3, 4.
That's the end of Phase. That's the end of Phase 3.
Yeah, because Phase 4 started with the shows and stuff.
Yeah, that was all WandaVision and
Yeah, that was the
after Endgame.
That was the start of the.
Now we're in Phase 5, man. Phase 4 was all the TV shows, so a lot of people kind of got lost, and Now when you tell someone that has like barely been watching since Endgame that we're now on phase 5, they're like, wow, I have a lot to catch up on. It's like, yeah, you do. Like there's more content in like between phase 4 and phase 5 than there has been in all 3 phases.
Oh, for sure.
So like that's a lot.
Phase 4 is
to
such
catch
a
up on if you
huge
are
phase.
so lost. Yeah, with all the episodes for all the TV shows, all the other movies that came out during that time. It was COVID, so like they pushed out a lot. Even when like lockdown ended, they forced a whole bunch more out. So like there was still a whole bunch during that phase, and it's a lot to catch up on if you're that behind. And now RDJ coming back, now a lot of people are gonna be
for
like
sure.
reinvesting. It's like, oh man, I haven't seen some Endgame. Now I gotta watch everything. So we're gonna probably see a whole bunch of like older shows that probably got like really bad raps kind of come back up again because there's gonna be a whole bunch of people rewatching
everybody's
it.
gonna do their MCU rewatches and all that good stuff. I mean, it's crazy to think that we had all those movies before, and then Endgame wrapped up the Infinity Saga, and now we're like 5 movies away from wrapping up the multiverse saga. I mean, what the hell is the next saga gonna be? I mean, the MCU's got an exciting future if they can execute it right.
Very big.
It's been very
especially I
lately.
feel like after the multiverse wraps up, it's probably just going to be focusing on the new probably universe that is probably going to be created. What will that be? I don't know. A lot of people are to be like, oh, that'll probably be it, and they won't make any more because there's no more stories to tell. But I feel like there'll always be I feel like I'm scared that it might break up into like, all right, now we're going to tell this guy's story and this guy's story and this guy's story, and then we will connect it later on down the line.
For sure.
I'm not
a comic geek.
We have a long way.
I'm not a comic geek, but I know for like DC, they have their Elseworlds kind of series where that kind of like essentially destroys the multiverse and there's only one universe. Is there any like comic version of that in the MCU or no? Because I don't know about you, I'm really over the multiverse.
I know that there was a comic run that had Planet Hulk as like the last standing like Avenger, if you want to say. He was like the last one remaining. Battle World was another one that had a lot to do with Secret Wars that is rumored to be like Battle World is going to be turned into what the Void has become. Because that's heavily rumored to be like the main like plot setting for Secret Wars coming out. So it's going to be very interesting what they do here, especially with RDJ. Like, will he be the main Doctor Doom? Because they did say that he was going to be in Doomsday, obviously, but they did not say that he was going to be Doctor Doom in Secret Wars. So
that's interesting.
It's very interesting that they might have another person play Doctor Doom by the time Secret Wars finally comes out.
That's an interesting take.
It's a whole year in between. So
wow, that's actually
I might be looking too much into
take.
it, but that's just.
I think if they were gonna play Doctor Doom as a Tony Stark variant, that's probably the way to go. Where it's like you have this Doctor Doom, but then there's an even more bigger bad Doctor Doom, Victor Von Doom, who's gonna come and maybe shit on that one, or who knows? I mean, that my point with me hating the multiverse is there's nothing means anything anymore. You could die and come back from another universe.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, I'm actually, like, the one thing I'm upset about with RDJ coming back is, like, you know, Iron Man had such a good ending. And, like, to Tony Stark's, like, just his character development and everything you've seen from all these movies, it's just, like, crazy to me that they're bringing him back. Again, maybe it's not a Tony Stark variant. Maybe it is Victor Von Doom. Maybe he's his standalone character. It's just the actor, Robert Downey Jr., coming back to play someone else. But I mean, with the multiverse, I don't see that happening. I'm sure they're going to connect it to Tony Stark somehow, but
they could just pull at our heartstrings and just have all these characters interact and be like, oh my gosh, Tony, and he's like, who the heck is Tony? Like a Bucky moment, you know?
Yeah.
He looks obviously like Tony Stark, but he is nowhere like he's not a variant of him. He just looks like him, and it just throws everyone else off. They could play it like that, or more than likely, it's just probably a variant. My friend Zoe, he said that's not going to be Tony Stark. It's going to be Anthony Stark, and he's going to just wreak havoc and just kill everything. And he's probably 100% right.
Yeah.
So I think
No, it'll be interesting.
I think RDJ is just gonna have so much fun with
for
this.
sure.
And I'm excited.
Yeah, he's gonna play the villain role amazingly. I mean, he's so good at like doing all the complicated character attributes and things. It'll be really interesting to see him not as Tony Stark Iron Man. So,
it's gonna be fun to see him as the villain, like, cause Iron Man wanted a suit of armor around the world. Now Doctor Doom is gonna have a suit of armor like around the multiverse, and it's just gonna be his control.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be so much fun to find
sure.
those two characteristics, because people are gonna say that Doctor Doom is right, and I'm gonna be on that train, I bet.
Oh, I bet you will. I mean, yeah, I don't really have anything else. You have anything else? I mean, first episode done, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about everything. Comic-Con's done. We got Deadpool Wolverine that we're going to be doing next
we'll
week.
talk about
That's
that
going
next
to be
week
great.
for sure. I got to go do my rewatch for that.
I've already seen it twice. I might go see it a third. That's just how good that movie is. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's killing the box office right now, so we'll for sure review that next time. Dang, we did the damn thing.
Yes, ma'am. We did the damn
Let's
thing.
get it.
I'm pretty proud of
Pretty
it.
good.
How
I
are you
think
feeling?
we did good. I'm sure
think we
we've
did
had
alright.
some hiccups, but I mean, it's the first episode. Come on. You
That's
thought this
all
was
right.
going to go smoothly?
We'll be fine.
No.
Of course not. None of this is going to go smoothly, and that's what I'm excited for. That's what everyone else is excited for.
For sure.
So
All right. Well,
we're in it. We're
see
in
you
it.
next week then.